Welcome to The Daily Show.
Thanks for having me, Jordan.
Of course. Now, there's a lot of buzz around this Mrs. Davis show.
Is there?
There is buzz.
Great,
You're
good.
part of it, right? This is what you want, right?
Yeah, I think so.
A buzz? No, you're doing great. She's doing great. Betty's doing great, right? It's funny. I watch a clip like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, and there's a lot going on in the show.
So much going on, yeah.
In fact, they've told us, they're like, there's a lot of spoilers.
Yeah.
You can't talk about certain things.
So many things you can't talk about, impossible to promote. I'm not used to doing something so plot heavy. Usually the plot of things I do are like, when is she going to sob or have sex? And that's kind of like the plot twists for that episode.
Screenwriting 101,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And this plot is like a Rubik's Cube had sex with a haunted calculator. It's the best.
And I feel like there's a bunch of different genres going on in this. And
yes, like 100 different genres. I keep saying it's like No Country for Old Looney Tunes is the genre.
That's about right,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now, in a nutshell, a spoiler-free nutshell,
Yeah.
essentially you are a nun who's part of the resistance fighting an all-knowing AI.
Yes, yeah. So the show kind of...
It almost sounded like a joke as I called that premise. It's like, oh, Hollywood and these old cliches, right?
Or like Chat GPT wrote that synopsis, yeah. Yeah, it's a society not unlike our own, but one where an AI or an algorithm like Siri or Alexa called Mrs. Davis has kind of taken over, is in everyone's ear, purports to be benevolent, and there's a small faction of society, myself, a nun included, that thinks she or it is evil and not to be trusted.
Now, how do you train? Because there's a lot of fighting. How do you train to be a fighting nun? Is it kung fu? Is it Bible?
You know, it's more, yeah. After Glow, that felt like falling down a cement staircase every day. So this was like, yeah, I guess I fall on my butt like 3 times in the show. It's not as comparable. But I Zoomed with nuns to prepare.
Is that sacrilegious? Can you do that?
Yeah, no, they love to Zoom. They're Zoomers.
They're like, breaks the monotony. Thank you. What do you want to know?
Yeah.
Did you ask them at all about fighting? Like, if you had to fight, I know it's not your first go-to, but if you had to, what would you do?
Yeah. I mean, I think, on screen we're used to seeing either like one-dimensional, climb every mountain, pious nuns, or horror movie nuns with like blood coming out of their eyes. And the nuns I spoke to were, 3 very different, multifaceted women. And while I don't hold the same belief system that they hold, I was very impressed and had to kind of check the cliche of them that I had in my head, which was very wrong.
So none of them had blood coming from their eyes?
No, not one.
Really?
Maybe the second they de-zoomed, they're like, okay, we can cry blood.
Yeah, water turned to blood. It's part of the whole religious thing. Yeah, I haven't read up on it, but I think that's how it goes down in the Bible.
I think that's what happens. Yeah, chapter 3 of the Bible.
Now, what is your relationship with AI? Are you fearful of it? You're a wonderful writer as well as an actress.
Thanks.
Do you look at something like even ChatGPT? Do you fear that it's coming for your jobs?
Yeah, it's really scary. I mean, the internet in general, it's weird. I have a 2.5-year-old.
We were talking backstage, so do I.
Yes, peers. They're going to be betrothed to each other. We arranged their marriage.
Yes. Oh, sorry. We should. Yeah. Wit, FYI, we've been doing. You're fine. It's actually.
Everything's great.
That's good.
But I try to limit her screen time, and I snatch phones away from her like it's poison, and then I myself can't pee without watching Millie Bobby Brown take a lie detector test because I'm so addicted. I'm addicted to the thing that I'm telling my daughter is poison. So I don't know. I have to get right with that before she's on the grid of understanding. But in terms of AI, I think our show, Mrs. Davis on Peacock, April 20th, is kind of asking the same question that we are asking now, which is, are you our savior or are you our downfall to AI? Even when we were filming, ChatGPT 6 months ago wasn't as much a part of the headlines as it is now. And I don't know, it's really scary.
It is scary.
Yeah.
I feel like this show, it kind of asks that question, or it looks at, when you look at guidance, do you turn to technology, or do you turn to God?
Yeah.
Like, are you a God believer or an Elon Musk believer?
Right.
It's sort of.
Right.
Where do you fall in that line? Have you picked a side yet?
I mean.
One's got rockets.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I myself am not a person of faith, but I do think this show has made me think a lot about, church and the internet being these two sort of institutional responses to the same human question, sort of asking why and wandering and wanting to connect with each other. And I think we often use church and the internet to do the opposite of what they were probably built for, which is to connect and wonder. And we use it to disconnect and to provide all of the answers in your echo chamber. And I think, I look at my daughter and I hope that we're just the generation driving without seatbelts using this to disconnect and get dumber. Maybe they can use it to connect and get smarter, but I don't know.
Oh.
I probably not.
What is your daughter obsessed with? My son loves Gabby's Dollhouse and Bluey. That's going nonstop in our house.
Yeah, I mean, she pooped her pants on Easter, so I don't know if she's like the future of AI. Yeah. But, oh, sorry, Mary. She's like, are you kidding? Yeah, she's like a fluffy Thor Lebowski as a 2-year-old girl. She's awesome.
Thor Lebowski?
Yeah, finally.
Now, part of what's exciting about Mrs. Davis, Damon Lindelof was one of the creators of this, from The Watchmen, Lost Days. I feel like Watchmen was such a compelling storyline that came at big topics from a different angle. And also, it had the story unfold in a way that feels both mature and like it's cutting ground. You've worked with him before.
Yes.
I wonder what drew you to working with him again, and what it was about this project that you found interesting in its storytelling technique.
Yeah. So Damon Lindelof and Tara Hernandez created this show together, and they are both geniuses at what I believe you're a genius at too, Jordan Klepper, which is, go on.
You don't have to say it like a robot. I mean, that's...
Well, I think you're a genius at this as well.
Thank you. Did we get that? I'm glad we got that clean.
Yeah, 2 cameras.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Perfect.
They hide a thesis statement in farce, which I think, oftentimes when we're sitting down to decide what to watch on TV every night, we often are faced with either joyful and mindless or important and depressing. And I think finding joyful and important is hard to do, but possible. And I think Damon and Tara both do it really beautifully. And I think our show is an example of that. And this show is an example of that.
And joyful and what?
Important.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Joyful and important, yes. The first 4 episodes of Mrs. Davis will premiere on Peacock on April 20th.